Thank you, Commissioner LaBarbera. We'll now start the Committee on Capital Planning, Execution, and Asset Management. At this point, I ask the Board Secretary to advise those present of the composition of the committee and any commissioner recusals on the matters before the committee.
The committee is composed of Vice Chairman Linford, the committee chair, Chairman O'Toole, the committee vice chair, Commissioners Dominguez, Helmy, and LaBarbera. In addition, all committee members are present with the exception of Vice Chairman Linford. Also present are Commissioners Bolwage, Eve, Fine, Fisher, Kelly, McCabe, and Richardson. There are no recusals required.
Great. Thank you. Now call upon our Chief Development Officer, Derek Utter, to present the capital performance results in the first half of 2025. We've gone over these numbers in executive a number of times, Derek, but I think it's a good opportunity for the public to see how we're doing for the first half of this year.
Great. Thank you, Chairman. So I'll jump into it. First half of the year, we will report about almost $1.4 billion of spending on our capital program. That's about a $200 million increase from where we were in 2024. Relative to what we had budgeted for the full year $3.6 billion, of which about 1.6 was meant to be spent in the first half of the year. First half of the year tends to be a little bit lighter, primarily because of weather. We ended up spending 88% of that amount that we had planned. In terms of our schedule milestones, the other main metric that we focus on, we hit 93% of our schedule milestones, and you'll see that's an improvement versus the last couple of years. So in terms of the history of capital spending, you'll see that we spent in aggregate more prior to COVID. You'll see a drop-off in 2020 and beyond. The dark blue portion of the chart is the first half of the year. The light blue is the second half, so the total year is in the sum of the two. You'll see that the first half of this year so far is the highest level that we've spent since COVID. So we're definitely on the upswing, and we expect that to continue.
Okay.
In terms of the schedule milestones, I report on this each quarter just to refresh. Every project from large to small has two milestones. One is the end of the pre-construction phase, where we do a lot of planning for the project, and then we award a contract. That's the date that we award the contract is the milestone date. We set that at the beginning of the pre-construction, and then the end of construction is the second milestone date. We also set that at the beginning of the construction. So those two milestones, we have about 100 milestones a year. We hit 50 of the 54 milestones in the first half of the year. You'll see relative to the last several years, this is definitely an improvement. Our goal is to hit 90% of our scheduled milestones. We are now at that, slightly above that, and we hope to hold that throughout the course of this year. The improvement is the result of a handful of things. We really dissect each of our misses quite closely, almost like a CompStat. The police department uses a CompStat-style program where we sit down every month with everyone involved across the agency, and we dissect our misses. And we try to understand how we can learn from those and improve. And that's really been a heavy effort, certainly a result of what we've gotten done this first half of the year. You'll see some of the projects that were completed, contract awards, and then some of those that were put into beneficial use. You'll see that most of these are relatively small, although I'll point out the first one on the right, the JFK redevelopment Central Substation number 2. That's an important milestone as we make progress towards opening new terminals next year. This is a new substation on the campus just adjacent to where the new Terminal 1 will go. It will power the new Terminal 1, the new Terminal 6, and the new Central Ground Transportation Center. So getting that online so that we can provide power to the terminals as they go into the last year prior to opening was an important step on the overall progress. So that concludes my report. I'd be happy to take any questions.
So the commissioners, anyone? Okay, thank you, Derek. All right, that concludes today's meeting on the Committee on Capital Planning, Execution, and Asset Management, and we're now moving ahead to the public board meeting.